I got 3 topics, frankly, maybe 4, that need extra special attention from the Truth Brigade. Give it up for the Truth Brigade out there, y'all.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
You did know you couldn't do it, because you know what?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh, if you don't know, you about to find out, baby. Let me tell you something. Everyone knows about Elizabeth Warren. Everybody knows about Trump and her going back and forth. Trump said her name is Pocahontas, and that she's fake, and that she is not a part of Cherokee Nation. She has no Cherokee blood, no Indian blood, no Native American blood, no indigenous people blood. She's just a co-opter. So this thing has stuck. Oh, man. And Trump is really good at coming up with buzzwords for people, nicknames, like Little Marco Rubio. They stick. Lazy Ben Carson or Sleepy Ben Carson, and just using these names, and Crooked Hillary. That was the favorite one, right? Crooked Hillary. Oh, did that stick. As you all know, Elizabeth Warren, she took a DNA test over the weekend, and the results were less than stellar. And I'll admit, like, I was looking at the results, and I don't know, man. You can't have if someone says you only 1/30th or 1/1000th or something, I don't know, right? You shouldn't really be able to claim that thing, whatever that is, right? If it's 1 drop of black, you black, though. I don't understand that. We don't get no protection out here. But it's not about you, Tim Black. You realize you're a minority. No one really cares what you go through, Tim Black. We're talking about Native American peoples right now. Elizabeth Warren, she took her test, and it came back with some results. And Donald Trump was asked, because Donald Trump had said that if she proved that she had any Cherokee in her or any Native American in her, that he would give $1 million to a charity. So I want Donald Trump to get that $1 million to that charity, because according to these results, there's at least something. Even if you open the wrapper and it disappears, there's a little bit of something maybe. I got a clip I want to share with you guys with Donald Trump being asked about the little bit of Cherokee blood that Elizabeth Warren may have, according to the DNA test. This is the original statement Donald Trump made.
When she proclaims that she's of Indian heritage because her mother said she has high cheekbones. That's her only evidence, that her mother said she had high cheekbones. We will take that little kit and say, but we have to do it gently, because we're in the Me Too generation, so we have to be very gentle. And we will very gently take that kit, and we will slowly toss it, hoping it doesn't hit her and injure her arm, even though it only weighs probably 2 ounces. And we will say, I will give you $1 million to your favorite charity, paid for by Trump, if you take the test and it shows you're an Indian, you know.
All right, so that was the acclaim, right? So there you have it. Trump made the comment that if it says you are an Indian, which it never would ever say that, because that's not the vernacular of a test. It never says you are this, you are that. It just says you have this amount of DNA or ancestry DNA in your DNA. That's how the tests work, right? So I don't know if people really get how these tests work, okay? So that's my understanding. If it's any different, guys, let me know. I haven't seen it be any different than that. Check this out. This is Donald Trump with Melania being questioned. I can't even talk, man.
Senator Warren released some of her DNA results that show a strong likelihood that she does have Native American roots.
How much? 1/1000?
Do you owe her an apology?
No, I don't.
What about the money that
I owe her. She owes the country an apology. What's the percentage? 1/1000?
I don't have the exact numbers.
Okay, tell me, when you have the percentage, tell me what the percentage is.
What about the money that you told her you would...
you mean if she gets the nomination in a debate where I was going to have her tested? I'll only do it if I can test her personally. Okay, that will not be something I enjoy doing either.
Damn, they're aggressive with these ads, man. These ads are aggressive as hell. So Donald Trump, he wasn't backing down, man. He's not going to give her anything. He's not the least bit interested in her results. And look, originally, guys, I'm like, okay, look, he didn't say how much she had to have in her blood. Right? And then I realized, you know, it's sad because Senator Warren is playing Trump's game. She's playing his game, man. Like the whole thing, it's on his terms. It's on his terms. It's horrible. Like no one's beating him at his game because they play his game. It's just dawned on me, like, you can't beat a guy at his own. He's setting the rules and he changes the rules. And as long as people like him, it's not going to matter. As long as they listen to him, it won't matter. And these people are going to listen to him. So Elizabeth Warren played right into it. Now, I was still on the fence a little because I'm like, okay, he never said where she had to take the test or any of this stuff. Now he's changing. He's moving the goalposts. That's what you do. That's how you win. And if the person concedes, then you win because you keep moving the goalposts. If they agree to move the goalposts with you, then you win. Well, this is the thing that kind of took it over the top for me. It's this response by the Cherokee Nation, right? The Cherokee Nation made a response to Elizabeth Warren and her DNA test. And it was not good. Cherokee Nation calls Elizabeth Warren's test inappropriate and wrong. Sovereign tribal nations set their own legal requirements for citizenship, and while DNA tests can be used to determine lineage, such as paternity to an individual, it is not evidence for tribal affiliation, said the Cherokee Nation Secretary of State Chuck Hoskin Jr. Using a DNA test to lay claim to any connection to the Cherokee Nation or any tribal nation, even vaguely, is inappropriate and wrong. According to Hoskin, Warren's attempt to prove her heritage means little to the Cherokee Nation. He went on to say, now this is today. A DNA test is useless to determine tribal citizenship. Current DNA tests do not even distinguish whether a person's ancestors were indigenous to North or South America. He went on. It gets worse, man. It gets worse, right? It says, it makes a mockery out of DNA tests and its legitimate uses while also dishonoring legitimate tribal governments and their citizens. Their citizens whose ancestors are well documented and whose heritage is proven. Senator Warren is undermining tribal interest with her continued claims of tribal heritage. I don't think it gets any worse for Elizabeth Warren. I mean, Trump's laughing at her. Trump supporters are laughing at her. The Cherokee Nation just told her to go fuck herself. I mean, it don't get any worse, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I want Trump to get that $1 million to something worthy, right? And he should still have to do that. Because this is not about Elizabeth Warren proving that she's Cherokee. Just because she thinks she got good hair. That's not going to get it done. And I do understand the Cherokee Nation protects itself from people trying to make claims. Even so, to the point where they discredited black folks who were actually with them. A part in history where black freedmen were associated with Native Americans on reservations, and they disassociated themselves, and we had to use a court order to get our rights as pertaining to native land. We know the extent that Native people will go. So I get you, my friends who hit me up on Twitter to alert me to that. I'm aware of it. Every time this comes up, whenever I support Native people, black people are quick to remind me of how Native people, and by and large, don't support black people. I get it, man. But this is about facts. The fact is, according to that result, she can make claim that there is something in her blood. It's probably just as much as in my blood or in your blood. So I want Trump to get that money. I don't want him to give the money to Elizabeth Warren. I want to give it to a good cause. How could that be wrong? How can that be a wrong stance? Just for Trump even using this tactic. I mean, Trump's the one that keeps bringing it up. He's the one, in my opinion, who makes more of a mockery at this point because he keeps bringing it up. I do not think that Elizabeth Warren knows what the hell she's doing. You would have think she would have contacted the Cherokee Nation or some of the tribal organizations and had them weigh in before she did this publicly. I mean, they're basically saying, white lady, you make us look horrible, leave us alone. You're disgusting, leave us be. That's not a leg to stand on if you're trying to come out from under this, if you want to get rid of this label. So I think Trump wins this, and I don't like saying that. I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't like saying it. But I think he wins it just because Elizabeth Warren's been trumped by the Cherokee Nation. So there it is, guys. I still think Trump should get that money, though. Get the money. Get the money. All right.